Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. So I'm going to be talking about something that's low budget, something that's from the past. Yes, a blast from the past, of course. And yes, it's something that's from the Western genre. Because for one, I want to talk about old movies, which I was going to end up doing anyway, regardless of genre. But I just want to do something Western related because just to talk about different type of stuff, of course. And yes, the one titled The Dude Ranger. That's the one I'll be talking about here today, folks, because I've already covered this genre on a multitude of times before, so I just figured, well, what the hell? I guess doing this again wouldn't hurt. I like talking about old movies to begin with, as mentioned a moment ago. Anyway, so of course, as always, let's talk about the plot, shall we? So here we go. Oh yeah. So in this movie, the main character, you can see that he's definitely this wealthy man whom was born and raised in luxury in the eastern United States. But of course, something crazy goes on because all of this does change when he moves out west to oversee the cattle ranch that he has been recently inherited, I guess you would say. So, yes, he is stunned to learn that his cows are regularly being stolen for whatever reason. So, okay, there was that going on. So when he's mistaken for this I guess this individual, he decides to go undercover to find out who has been stealing the cattle. Along the way, let's just say that there's this beautiful woman, and yeah, you can see where this is going, of course. And this movie it was actually uh, based upon a novel, of course. The novel was released in 1931, so maybe what 3 years prior to the actual film. So, by the way, I've not read the novel, so I don't know how faithful, if any at all, that it's supposed to be based upon. It, but I'm just trying to just view this as a movie. Okay, that's it. I'm just trying to view this as a movie, and that's it. All right. I'm just trying to take it as that, pretty much, because that's what this is. Technically, adaptation. Again, faithful or not, or if barely, I don't know. Anyway, that's basically what this film is centering on. This what this movie is pretty much is doing here, trying to do a thing here with his character, and of course things are rather crazy. Obviously, things are rather wild. Obviously, so there you go. I reckon he pretty much becomes this new ranch owner. He is just assumed to be another cowboy that's a that's attracted to this woman, as mentioned before. So he takes a job as this kind of a job role, of course. But yeah, he does suspect that yeah, there was this boss individual who's doing something bad. But yeah, he has to go into undercover, so to speak. He has to pretty much do what he has to do to pretty much make sure uh, do a thing here, I guess. Of course. Anyway, I just thought I'd just do this and whatnot. And just what I just thought I'd just cover this. Might as well just talk about more of these really obscure, low budget movies that hardly anyone would talk about. Really, that's kind of point here. Just talk about movies that hardly anyone would mention, really. But there you go. Just one of the more lesser known type titles, of course. And like I said, that's kind of the point, really. Anywho, so that's about it, really. When it comes story wise, that's about it. Of course, the main character is going to try to do the right thing. Of course, our main character is trying to be the hero here. I try and embody what is justice and what is just and whatnot. So, okay. So, yeah, the cattle is mysteriously vanishing. So, as a result, this needs to be taken care of course. If someone's being an asshole, I guess, so to speak. But anyway, like I said, that's pretty much the gist of the story, really. But okay, and that's that. I can say this was definitely not too shabby for one of these types of movies for this kind of stuff. Of course, like I was saying, don't expect this to be anything super fancy because again, this is very low budget and whatnot. Not that it bothers me though. I like these types of movies anyway. I tend to enjoy these movies for the most part. Really, it just seems like another opportunity just to do this kind of a thing again. So here we are, I reckon. But yeah, I do recommend this kind of a thing if this is something like you would typically watch, or you just want to start out watching these types of movies. And yes, I would recommend this type of movie, especially for the Western junkies. If you're the type of individual that tends to like these movies a lot, then yes, of course I highly recommend this if you haven't already, because this is the type of thing that really goes into the whole category of what's the word for it? Oh yeah, old school. It's an old school type of Western movie. And if you never heard of this film before, if you never came across this movie at all, again, that's kind of the point. Just trying to shine some light in these kinds of movies, of course. And that's kind of why what I want to do here, quite of course. I don't know. I can say that I enjoyed it. For what it's worth, it's fine, I suppose. Yeah, this was made way back when, sure. But there's a certain charm to these movies. There's a certain charm to these older Western movies and whatnot. I liked it. I liked what was done here, folks. So, okay. So, I guess things pretty get pretty damn wild as a whole. As it should. Of course, it's going to get crazy. Of course, it'll get weird. Obviously. Yeah, but that's it. But that's about it, folks. I mean, there's not much else I can say. I don't want to spoil it too much, really, when it comes to this kind of a thing. And yeah, it's pretty action packed in its own little way, I reckon. It's pretty action packed in its own little way, I suppose. As it should be. It's a Western movie. Of course it should. Obviously. Anyway, so at the end of the day, ultimately, I'll give this film an overall rating of a 7.0 out of 10. It's a 7.0 out of 10 for me. So, of course, as always, thanks for watching and take care. Until next time, see ya. Oh, yeah. Later. Oh, definitely.